Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your fortnightly check-in with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon, or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should check all three so that you understand which part of you my energy resonates with most as a reader. Before we start, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your cross purposes, what is potentially getting in the way of all your goodies over the course of this fortnight? Let's have a look. For this, on the macrocosmic level, you have the Magician card. So not everything is as it seems over the course of this week. So you need to watch out for the tricksters. Watch out for the liars. Remember as well, so around this time we're going to be having that Mercury retrograde in the sign of Virgo. So I know they said, you know, there's no astrology in these, but it would be worth considering that this may wreak some havoc for you personally. The other thing with the Magician card as well, this might be a promise to, you know, maybe somebody makes a promise to you to deliver something or to give you something, but it's almost like they're not going to be able to, or they're promising way more than they actually deliver. It's kind of like, you know, when you go out to a fast food restaurant and you look at the pictures and everything looks so wonderful and enticing, and then when you open your box, you're like, is it though? Like, it doesn't quite look the same, does it? All right, for your microcosmic cross purposes, where are you getting in your own way? Okay, that card obviously wanted out. The Knight of Cups. Stop giving more than you're getting. This is where you are potentially getting in your own way. The other thing as well, because you've got this with the Magician card, I'm going to say this to you straight up. Be very mindful of what you offer over this fortnight, because you will be held to it, right? So if you say to someone, yeah, I can totally do this and I'll be there and I'll make sure that I'm there on time and blah, 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 blah. If you're promising something that you think, yeah, you know what, I'll probably be able to wrangle out of that, don't do it, because I'm telling you, you won't, all right? For your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the Page of Athames, which is the Page of Swords, with the Two of Wands, nice, and the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands, in some way, shape or form, whether you're a man, woman, however you identify, you show up in your reading, because the Queen of Wands is a fire sign woman, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person, right? So in some way, shape or form, an archetype of you shows up here. When it comes to interviews, when it comes to business meetings and or connections, you need to hold your boundaries, and you also need to hold yourself in check. Don't promise what you're not going to be able to deliver, and more importantly, do consider where maybe something is going to cost you a lot more upfront before you actually see any returns from it. So this is a time for you to be really sensible and wise about what your plans are, and also about what your connections are going to be, especially where you're mixing revenue streams with another person. For your come on brain, for your career and communications, you've got the Four of Pentacles with the Holly King, which is the Hermit in this deck, and the Two of Swords. So when it comes to the career, again, you really do need to bide your resources well, right? So, you know, usually they say bide your time. This is where you need to bide your resources, especially where there are joint endeavors, being considered. Another thing now, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this may be that you kind of want to stay put, but it's almost like your studies are encouraging you to get out there in the world or to do some kind of hands-on work experience. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, there is a strong leaning here towards almost like you taking on some kind of new methodology. And I got to be honest with you, there's a feeling about this that feels like it's a consolation prize. It's almost like somebody only, it's like, you know, when your boss comes to you and says, oh, you know, we're putting you forward for this and whatever. And then you find out like it's because somebody else declined it. And it's like, well, you know, if I wasn't, nobody wants to be second choice. All right. So just be mindful about that. But equally, it could be turned to your favor. All right, so it just really depends how you want to play it. But like I said, don't promise what you can't deliver. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, look, here again, wherever it comes to mixing money, whenever it comes to clients, whenever it comes to people that you are working with or alongside, now would be a really good time for you to consider what you don't feel is really the right move or the right step for you at the moment, especially where it feels like something is unevenly stacked. That's probably as much as I will say on that. If you're retired and no longer working for any reason, this is you giving time, space and effort to yourself. So you might be pulling yourself out, especially if there's like a financial dispute of some sort going on within the family. This is you removing yourself from it to say, you know what, not my circus. For your love and relations, you've got the Five of Swords. Lots of swords today for you guys with the Eight of Cups and the Strength card. So the Strength card is number 8. The Eight of Cups, obviously the number 8. 2 8s represents new knowledge. So there's new knowledge, new information, new wisdom coming in through your new knowledge, new wisdom coming in from through your significant other or about your partner, and it's potentially going to be something that maybe creates a bit of an issue between you. You might not be very interested or excited about the way that you know, maybe it might just be the way that somebody's gone about something as opposed to what it is that they say to you. It might also be that you're wanting to move ahead with a certain plan or a way of doing something that they really are unacqueasable to, or vice versa. If you are single and looking, look, this is somebody who potentially really does get you fired up in some of the best ways and potentially in some of the more challenging ways at the same time. So just be mindful that this could be a time where you know, like, it could be really hot, intense and passionate, but it could also be very argumentative at the same time. For your money and materials, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, nice, and the Six of Pentacles. So your money looks great. I will say your finances seem to be doing quite well. I wouldn't splash the cash this fortnight. The reason I say this is because it's almost like the people that are looking in from this, it's like, oh, well, you know, you've got money, so I'm going to ask for this or I'm going to suggest this. And again, right, whatever's promised is probably not what you're getting, or it's not as great as it's cracked up to be. So you just need to be a little bit careful with this. The other thing as well, Knight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles is luxury vehicle. So for those of you that are looking to purchase new cars, etc., great, go ahead. Six of Pentacles, you'll get the funding, etc., that you need, or the money is available. Just be mindful of whatever you're purchasing. Like if someone says like, oh yeah, you know, and it's only got this mileage, and it's like, you need to ask yourself, why is this such a good deal? Because of those cross purposes cards, there's likely to be something that you're not seeing. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this looks like you are doing some kind of health regime or challenge even, but you're doing this with another person. So I really love this for a lot of you. I think it could be great. When it comes to your home and environment, this could be you improving or renovating your home or your space. If you have a home-based office as well, this could be you making the most of your space or cleansing it in some way so that it really is ready for you to take things to another level. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic fortnight. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.